Hey, you guys. Happy day 15. Wow. I'm in a completely new place and space physically, I think mentally. I'm really working on going with the flow. Uh, Being in a new space with an unpredictable schedule and unpredictable access to the tools that I've been using has stirred up a little bit of anxiety and a little bit of scheduling fear and feeling like out of place and like I'm not where I'm supposed to be. It's kind of a strange feeling, especially in this time of really focusing in of coming back to you. By the way, where I'm at is a rock quarry. I was just up at the top of it, mostly to come and check out this waterfall, which I'll show you in a second. So I just have to say, I felt called to this theme for 30 days very strongly. And I received like a message like, Audrey, you need to do this. And I committed to starting it. Guess what day? On the Monday. We had no idea that Scott was going to get a call for this job that's going to go for a month or so. And the way we live and where we live and how we live, my transportation access isn't, I mean, the day to day is dependent on him. I can hire a water taxi anytime. I have friends who can come pick me up. Like, I'm not stuck or stranded or anything. But I also, that kind of stuff costs money. And I like to be, I like our life, there's a reason why I live this way. And so I have just been really recognizing that if I wouldn't have felt called to really committing to myself prior to this, I don't know what would have happened, you guys, with all of the grief that's been coming up for me. And there's the waterfall. It's kind of far away, but it's pretty. I don't really want to climb under that tree to go get a better view. And plus, there's a lot of branches in the way up there anyway. And I don't really want to climb down that cliff to try and get a better view. Again, there's more trees. So there's a broken down little building down there. Interesting. Anyway, just a little morning adventure. This is the earliest coming back to you talk I've ever done. I woke up this morning at 6:30 on the boat. Scott went to work at 1:30 in the morning, and I woke up at 6:30, and he was doing a little bit of a longer shift, and so I decided to put on my running shoes and run up the road with his silly backpack on, which is kind of annoying, and go get some rides with him in the wiggle wagon, which is pretty fun. But anyway, it's just nice to get out in the sunrise this morning and just get my feet on the ground and really feel. So I'm really grateful, you guys, and that's what I want to talk about today. Halfway mark, it's a good day to also do a little self-reflection of how things have been going, the areas that I've committed to, how am I doing with those areas, and where's some evaluation of some areas that I can improve. Okay, well, first of all, the one thing that I have done every day is I have done this post and I have done this series, which I'm so proud of myself for doing. Just consistency really improves my life when I take consistency and discipline in areas. I don't know if you're the same way, but especially with everything that's been going on, I'm just really grateful for, an opportunity to do it different. So I also think that the other thing that I have done, I would say perfectly, is I have not eaten gluten, which is really awesome because I am feeling so much less inflamed. And honestly, my joints and stuff aren't aching like they were. And I knew this, you guys. I have done this in the past. And I've known this, and then I just forgot. So I'm so grateful that I remembered, and I'm not even I wasn't even eating a lot of gluten, but anyway, enough to where it was causing problems. So I'm grateful for that. I have done very well with the dairy. I did go over to family's house for dinner, and I ate the delicious soup that they had and potatoes with cream, and it was very good. And I ate a small amount and I felt okay. And so I'm okay with that for my social connection, which is important as well. Um, so that was my experience there. And then as far as the writing goes, you guys, I have sucked at the writing. I'm like afraid to write. The last few days, I've just felt really, I've just not really felt as in awareness and as grounded as I usually do. So I don't really want to swim in that space. Like, I don't want to write it down. And if I write it down, I'm burning it, um, just because there's a higher plane and higher level of like experience for me. But I also know that when the triggers come and the pain comes, like it's the human experience and opportunity to walk through that and not spiritually bypass it. So that's what I'm doing. Walking through it and not spiritually bypassing. So, okay, there's a lot of noise, and that is why. They're loading up right there. The wiggle wagon's getting loaded by the excavator, and Scott is driving one more load. I'm gonna let him keep driving, and I'm gonna keep talking to you guys for a few minutes. He thinks I'm probably gonna get in. Oh my God. Okay. So obviously I got in the truck, and I then got into another truck, and then I got into a paddleboard, and then I got into a boat, and then we went back to the cabin. I worked out with weights. Felt so good. Took a hot shower after I jumped in the ocean, washed my hair, blow dried. Woo, feeling good. Had some great dinner, and here we go again. Back out on the boat. We're headed back over to Jack LaFay's. So Scott can do another night shift, and I can cozy up on this beautiful little boat here. And anyway, okay, so back to it. Day 15, I was speaking about gratitude, and I was doing a little evaluation on if how I was feeling and what are the areas. Well, I have to say, since I told you guys earlier today that I was sucking at the writing, I ended up going I didn't like sit down to do writing, but I did sit down to post a couple of pictures. And funny thing is, I just ended up like writing this really amazing poem about my brother, and it just like flowed through me in a way that it hasn't flowed in so long. Hey.
I don't know if the mic's going to handle that much wind.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
We're going to be around the corner in 10 minutes. You might have sunlight, and it'll be
Okay.
windy probably.
Sounds good.
I just think about that.
Okay. So we're going to take a pause and come back in just a couple minutes as soon as the weather is a little bit more conducive for this video. Okay, so I had a good mic check, and seems like the audio turns out all right with this wind. And honestly, we're about to come around the corner, some pretty epic views. But in the meantime, I'll just take a little seat here. Oh, I'm going to be in the way this time. Oh my gosh. It's such a pretty night out. Oh my gosh, there's a little sliver of the moon up there. It's really beautiful. See it? Pretty sliver, can't even see it. Okay, so back to it. So the writing, ended up doing a poem today, which is really awesome. Felt so good. And honestly, you guys, sometimes I just feel like it flows through me, like it literally, and like it's like a channeling from God. I don't even know where the words come from. Sometimes I can write a poem and like I don't even think about it. It just like comes out. So I love it when that happens. It feels like magic. It feels like I'm connected, like, to something really big and amazing and beautiful, which I know I am, but sometimes I lose that connection, And it's not because it went anywhere. It's because for whatever reason, just in a different space for it. So I don't know if you can relate to that, but Anyway, it felt really cathartic to write that for my brother, about my brother, and share it. And I'll share it. I look forward to sharing it here on this YouTube channel sometime soon too. Um, but anyway, what else was I committing to? Stretching. I would say I've done more stretching in the last 2 weeks than I have in the last 2 months, but it has not been a consistent part of my daily practice. It's been most days, and honestly, my body is feeling quite good. And as far as exercise has gone, I've committed to like this plan and schedule, which back in my really like routine and structured day-to-day life would have been pretty easy to achieve. But the reality is now that sometimes we just end up going out on the boat for a few days and I don't even know what's going on, you know? And we don't really know. Like, we just live in the flow and like we embrace that type of life. So I would like to bring a kettlebell or two onto the boat because I really love working out with weights. It just makes my body feel so good. And honestly, I think we should all work out with weights. It doesn't matter how old you are, how strong you are, or anything, but the resistance to your muscles and your bones when you use weights, it actually increases your bone density, decreases your risk for fractures. Just honestly, for me, it decreases all my chronic pain, like all the areas that I have pain. If I don't lift weights and I start to get a little weaker in those areas, then the pain just really increases. So honestly, I'm feeling super good and super grateful. Here comes the beautiful, beautiful sky. Just feeling really grateful for that. And then, of course, I've committed to you guys. I've committed to myself. I've committed to this journey and sharing it. And honestly, it feels like I'm so much more in alignment with my truth and with myself because naturally I'm a connector, I'm a sharer, and just feel like this journey like is not a unique journey. I'm not the only one who's gone through grief and is trying to like come back to themselves or recreate themselves in a way that still feels whole and still feels like, inspiring each day to wake up and to live because that's what we're here. We're here. We are here. If you're watching this video right now, you're here with me. We are on this planet and we have an opportunity to live. And although this may seem like pretty epic and extreme that just out here doing this little video on this boat, it's like our lives are really a culmination of what we of what we desire and what we choose to see. And honestly, you guys, I still have a hard time accepting that this is my life sometimes because it is like a dream come true. And I've been in this struggle for so many years, like deep traumas, like deep woundings, like really, really significant generational trauma and healing opportunities and shifting. And I feel like I've had my journey for sure. And I've definitely done my fair share of like not feeling things over the decades. But overall, I just feel like this journey it's been one of just showing up in the present, following your heart, walking through the hard things and being okay feeling, being okay healing, being okay being a puddle, being okay sharing your grief with others, being okay being vulnerable and being seen, allowing ourselves permission to feel, to heal, to love, to wear the same sweatshirt 2 days in a row in a video. Seriously though, boat life. But I'm just really grateful, you guys, and that really, besides evaluating where I'm at halfway through this 30 days of coming back to you, I will share that the message for me this morning was just pure gratitude. Waking up with an able body and a mind that wasn't too set in an anxious track this morning and was able to get on the paddleboard and head into the dock and run down the road a few miles or 2.5 miles to go drive around with Scott. Like, come on, like, thank you. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for a beautiful spring day in Alaska. That really, it's like last year this time we were just bringing the White Eagle up and we were just passing by this very spot and we really wanted to go up into this bay right there, like right behind us. We wanted to go up there and we couldn't. The wind literally blew us out of the bay. It was like 50, 60 mile per hour winds and we were like, we didn't want to go back to Homer. We were not ready to go back to Homer after a couple weeks at sea. And anyway, it was a year ago that we came. We brought the White Eagle up from Petersburg to Homer, which, if you're not familiar, that's crossing the Gulf of Alaska in the winter, which is nuts. Not many people do that, especially on a boat just out of retirement that we weren't really that familiar with. But the reality is, Scott is super mechanical and has been captaining for over 20 years, and we had an amazing weather window. So very, very, very grateful that we got our beloved White Eagle home. And there's the photographer himself and the captain. Hi. um, little photo video shoot. You never know when you're gonna have a sneak photo attack when you live with the photographer. So I've just really had to get super comfortable with the fact that you just never know, and it just doesn't matter how you look or what's going on because it's all just in the flow of real life. And anyway, I'm super grateful for it. So what I do want to share, I do have an announcement to share with you. Beyond this 30 days of coming back to you, I am going to continue this journey. I'm going to have different themes, but I will continue posting a video every day to this YouTube channel, sharing the journey of life, love, loss, and everything in between. I'm here for it. I know I'm not alone. And if you're anything like me, I know that sharing and connecting is super helpful and helps us to expand and to live in a state that just feels more dynamic. It feels more connected. It feels more real and grounded to know you are not alone. We are not alone ever. You're never alone. And I just really thank you for sharing this journey in this life with me. I appreciate you guys, your comments. I'm loving the comments. Absolutely loving your feedback. I'd love to hear more of your story and from you as well. Thank you again for joining me. Day 15 coming back to you, and I'll see you tomorrow.